My name's Aurelian, and this is Roarlock, my Devil's Roarlocked account on a journey to accomplish as much as possible without ever leaving the most dangerous region in the Sea of Thieves. Last time, I did a ton of Hourglass to get the Servant milestone set to class 50 for one of my bucket list goals, and to get a sweet new ship's crest, all the while doing Gold Hoarder voyages in between matches. Today, it's finally time to even out my levels and work on everyone's favorite trading company, the Merchant Alliance. The goal for this episode is to shoot straight to level 50 and be one step closer to becoming a pirate legend. But given my options for leveling Merchant here in the Roar, getting there isn't going to be totally straightforward. Before the Captain's Table and Voyage rework in Season 11, the Devil's Roar was actually a great place to level up Merchant Alliance because of the way Ashen Cargo Run voyages used to work. Back then, there was a chance that the cargo pickup spot you got when starting the voyage was the very same island you were already at, meaning that if you purchased a ton of voyages, you could just keep cycling through them and picking up cargo at that island until you had a ton on board, and then you just have to sail to each drop-off location once to turn it all in. This was actually very efficient and was an absolutely viable method for grinding Merchant Alliance levels, or even Reaper if you wanted to just bring all the cargo to Reaper's hideout and sell it there. However, with the Voyage rework, Rare caught on to this method, and now cargo runs work a bit differently. It's still possible for the pickup location to be at the island where you activate the voyage, but only so many times. If you grab the cargo, cancel the voyage, and put down another one, there's a chance you get the same island, but it seems like as soon as you get a different island, you're locked into that one, and no amount of cycling voyages can change it. This, for the most part, killed the previous cargo stacking method, but since it happened, I've yet to see anyone look into how cargo runs fare now. So today, I plan to discover for myself if Devil's Roar cargo runs can still be a viable meta for leveling Merchant Alliance, or if they're still outclassed by Lost Shipment voyages. I won't be able to start gathering data right away though. As of right now, I only have access to the lower tier Ashen Cargo Run, and I still need to go up 5 Merchant Alliance levels before I unlock Ashen Lost Shipment voyages at level 20. And I should mention that Lost Shipments are going to have some very weird complications, but more on that when we get to that point. Alright, let's put Merchant Emissary up. And this is pretty well known, but I'm just going to buy one of every crate from the merchant here, and that should get me straight to Emissary 2.5. Always a good thing to do for Merchant Alliance, but it's going to be especially useful for me right now since I can only do cargo runs, and you only get Emissary grade for turning in the cargo. There we go. Well, a bit less than 2.5, unfortunately, but better than nothing. And let's put the first cargo run voyage up. 2 crates. This is gonna take a while. Wondering if I should maybe just dive to the first voyage just to speed things up a little bit. Let's try that. Let's give that a shot. All right, here's my first 2 crates. Off to Fetcher's Rest. All right, Walter, here's that shipment of cloth that you need for some reason. Whoa, you guys see that emissary bonus? That was pretty good. This is gonna take all night just to get 5 levels. Okay, actually, that was one pretty quick level, but I think that was mostly from the commendations. So, on the bright side, I can just dive to this next voyage again since I don't have any loot. I feel like I might as well just do that every time. I guess that's one advantage for these cargo runs. So I proceeded to do exactly that, and honestly, diving to the start of every single cargo run made the process feel really quick. But at one point, I noticed something strange. Okay, another one down. Why did I not get emissary bonus for that? What the hell? Whole crate of rum, huh? Been there, girl. Been there. Okay, so I just realized something kind of helpful that I can do. I can buy another bait crate from both of the sea posts, and that'll give me just a little bit more emissary grade. Oh yeah, one bit of bad news though is that I'm doing a lot of cargo runs, but none of them are counting towards this Devil's Roar Voyage quest completed milestone, the one I need for the Grace Under Fire trinket. I think it's like that because of the way cargo runs used to be, where the voyage would complete when you picked up all the cargo. Alright, so that's really annoying. That's like the 3rd or 4th time that I've turned in this cargo and not gotten the emissary bonus for it. Not that I care about the money, but it also boosts the XP I get. I'm gonna hit grade 5 soon, so I hope that clears up. I guess it must be from all the diving I'm doing, but I'll try to maybe die and see if that helps. Alright, well the bad news is dying did not solve my problem. Alright, I decided I want to start looking around the islands a little bit more just to get some loot since this is going so slow, and lucky for me, First island I try, I get an Ashen Guardian, and that'll give me an Ashen Chest, so that's going to be a chance at the figurehead that I want, so I appreciate that. Alright, let's see if I can get lucky. Need Tome of Resurrection 5, come on. Fire curses 4. 2 curses 4? Oh, that's just mean. Okay, I was not expecting it to have this much reach, but that works for me. Just give me that emissary bonus, damn it. Yes, okay, so I guess it's Tad in particular that is currently bugged. Ugh, he's been cheating me. Tad, you son of a bitch. Alright, well there we go. Thanks to that stool, I will actually get full grade 5 bonus from these 2 crates. And it is to the senior trader, so not Tad, that bastard. Here are your crates, Matilda. And, oh, you know what, while we're at it, here's this nice stool I found. And if you don't mind, thank you for the emissary quest. Roaring Traders, and the second one, both Roaring Traders, nice. Alright, well, this is kind of heartbreaking. Half of these are for Kraken's Fall, and the other half are for Ancient Spire. So, literally nothing I can do with these. I gotta say, I know people aren't too huge on the new grapple, but I've found it is really nice for sunken ships, so I don't know, I kind of like it. Ooh, crate of diamonds, just what I needed. What level did I just hit? Oh, that was 20. Okay, sweet. I was like so in my thoughts, I didn't even see that. Alright, so here's the deal with lost shipment voyages. Obviously, the big drawback to cargo runs has been how long it takes to get to grade 5 emissary. A better strategy would be to get to grade 5 first, and then starting to do cargo runs or whatever it is that gets me the most XP per hour. Normally, Ashen lost shipment voyages would be perfect for that, since the huge pile of trade goods in the captain's quarters is usually enough to get at least close to grade 5, if not all the way there. But sadly, there's a bit of an odd complication with that. There are 4 possible routes that take place in the Roar for Ashen lost shipments. 2 of those are only half in the Roar and could potentially start or end outside of the region, so they're not really ideal for me. However, the bigger problem is that the other 2 routes that are entirely in the Roar are currently bugged and never show up when voting on the voyage. But the story doesn't end there. Someone let me know recently that those 2 bugged routes are still accessible, but only from the Merchant Alliance Medley voyage. Great news, but the catch is that the Medley voyage is unlocked at level 30 as opposed to level 20 for the standalone lost shipment, so I don't have access to it yet. Still, if you thought I was just gonna suck it up and do cargo runs until level 30, well, there's one more piece to this story. Despite the only 2 lost shipment routes available to me now being half in and half out of the Roar, it's actually still possible for me to not only complete one, but even unlock the captain's quarters and get the loot I need to jump to grade 5 emissary. Here's how it works. Lost shipment routes can start and end in either direction. So, since both of my available routes have Morrow's Peak on one end, if I cycle voyages until I get one where it's the destination, that means the sunken ship will for sure be in the Roar. That said, I need to get the key at one of the clue sites leading up to the shipwreck, and that's where things get complicated. Since the key can be at any clue site along the ship's journey, there is a chance it'll be at one outside the Devil's Roar. In that scenario, I won't be able to unlock the door and get the loot, so I'll just have to try another voyage until I get lucky. Sounds rough, I know, but what would this series be if I wasn't doing something needlessly complicated for the sake of my region lock? Oh boy, a skelly ship to interrupt this. Alright, got a Meg as well, but time to get out of here. Alright, no worries, because actually in all my testing I found that I usually do have to be a certain distance away from Morrow's Peak to get it as the destination and not the origin. There we go. First one I try. Nice. Alright, so now I just need to look for the seagulls. There's one set. I'm willing to bet that that is the shipwreck itself, so I'm not really interested in going straight there. I want to go along the route to find one of the other sites, and I see another set of seagulls there. Nice. Let's head that way and not get hit by this volcano. Alright, so I'm gonna have to approach this set of seagulls pretty cautiously, because these circles here are the part of the trade route that is essentially still in the Roar. This circle marks one of the boundaries for the Roar. It is actually surprisingly far over when it's south of Kraken's Fall here. If you go a bit more north, it moves pretty significantly to the east. Alright, good. I'm still well within the bounds. Bad news is I don't... Oh! Yes! I got the key first try. Nice. Okay. And I already know right about where the shipwreck is. In fact, I can see it from here. There it is. Sweet. Wow, that was pretty damn easy. It took me a couple tries when I was testing this out, but I will gladly take a first try key. Okay, let's get in there. Oh, there's the manifest. That's a cool spot. I've never seen it there before. There we go. Now that is a lot of merchant loot. There's probably a bit more downstairs too. Nothing major, but every little bit helps. The other nice thing about these is that shipwrecks also have a ton of awesome fish. And the best part is that I always end up right next to Morrow's Peak, so I can just go turn this in right away. I'm glad this one worked out so perfectly. This is literally the best case scenario. I have a feeling the rest of them aren't going to be nearly as cooperative. All right, time to sell the first manifest at grade 5 emissary. Ooh, that is a nice 10k. So not gonna lie, I thought maybe there would still be some merit to cargo runs after unlocking lost shipments. Just basically use lost shipments to get to grade 5 and then do cargo runs after that. And I do still need to unlock the higher tier cargo run. Let me see, what level is that at? Level 25. Okay, maybe those will be worth it, but right now, so far, that lost shipment got me probably more gold than all of those cargo runs combined, and it took like 10 minutes. So I think I'm just gonna stick to these. First try again. Let's just hope my luck with the key is as good as last time. Yeah, that was it. Wow, 2 in a row where I can get the key. This is amazing. Seriously, I did not think I would be getting so lucky with these. Holy shit. That seriously jump scared me so bad. Like, I actually flinched really hard just then. Oh, it just never gets old. Although I will say, 1 crate of extraordinary minerals, and that's the only ashen treasure I get. That's kind of lame. Damn. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm never going back to cargo runs. This is just way too satisfying. Look at this. Look at these fish. Cargo runs didn't give me fish like this. A stormfish. 2 stormfish. 2 stormfish. This is probably my new favorite voyage, just in general. Even outside of this account, I kind of just love these now. Alright, let's turn all this in. I'm gonna go sell all these fish and then call it. It's getting pretty late. Did not think that this was gonna be as chill as it has been. I've been kind of enjoying this a bit more than I thought I would. Maybe it's just a nice change of pace from all that sweaty hourglass. Look at this insane crate of fish. That is a great way to end day 1 of this grind. And level 25 Merchant Alliance, so halfway to 50 overall, and that means I got 10 levels from this episode. Pretty good, but I know I can do way better next time now that I have access to those lost shipment voyages. Those are seriously just cheat codes to grade 5 emissary. So it's been a few days and I've been itching to continue this grind. I feel like day 1 just went so well for me and I learned a lot of really useful information. So today I'm actually going to be able to capitalize on it. Start things off, I'm going to do one of my half-route lost shipments to hit grade 5 emissary, and then I'll switch over to the high-tier cargo runs and finally start measuring my gold per hour. That way I'll be able to compare everything at the end of the episode. To make a long story short, my luck with the half-route voyages on day 2 was completely different from the previous day, which I think is a testament to how inconsistent and thus unreliable this method is. My first voyage didn't have a shipwreck, just a floating manifest, which happens sometimes, but isn't ideal since I need a bunch of treasure to get to grade 5 emissary. The second voyage was the first one where I wasn't able to get the key, and since I was pretty far from Morrow's Peak, I decided to just cancel the voyage without bothering to go get the manifest. The third voyage also lacked a key, but this time I grabbed the manifest, and with the fourth voyage, I couldn't even find any clue sites in the Roar, so I grabbed the manifest and tried again, only to get another floating manifest without a shipwreck. Okay, well, I got a skelly sloop on my way to the next clue site for my current voyage, and that got me to grade 5, so I will just move on from this, and after I get this last manifest, I'll just switch to doing the cargo runs. Alright, well, the second clue site didn't have the key either, so clearly this was just not meant to be. I'm glad this method worked last time and that I was able to get to grade 5 without it this time, but let's go turn this in and move on to cargo runs. I gotta say though, even these broken voyages might still have some merit, because 5 manifests in under an hour, that's pretty damn good. Okay, let's dive to our first cargo run. Where is it? 4. Brian's Bazaar. Sweet. Alright, I get 4 pieces of cargo now. Slightly better. And they are still half and half in terms of the quality. So I guess these will just be twice as efficient as the low tier ones, which is good. You know, that's a solid upgrade. Okay, well, bad news. First cargo run complete, but you can see in the top right, I am not getting emissary bonus again. Last time it was that one particular NPC that was bugged, so I'm just gonna have to hope that that is the case again this time. All right, there's level 28, and I knew R.LUM.R wouldn't let me down because I've been getting the full emissary bonus from her. So I guess it's just Afric or whatever over there that is bugged, so hopefully I don't get too many deliveries for her today. Really bad timing for that volcano. R.LUM.R, we're gonna have to make this quick. Oh, yep. I think the roof of her shop just saved me. Alright, that's fine. That'll buff out, and we're good. Oh, spoke too soon. Alright, now we're good, and somehow the rum did not break from all of those meatballs. Whoa, guys. Red alert. That cloud right there is for Molten Sands Fortress. I just got here for my cargo run, but I'm not going to pick it up. I have to go do Molten Sands Fortress. This is the first time on this account that I'm actually able to do it. I mean, don't get me wrong, this grind is important, but I definitely don't mind interrupting these cargo runs for this. I'm honestly not too sure where to even park. There's so much shallow water here and like awkward spots where you think you're out of the turret range and then you're not. Actually, I'm going to go with right here for 2 reasons. First of all, I think it should be okay for grabbing treasure. I should be able to put it like on this ledge or something. And second of all, if that sea volcano over there erupts, it is in the range of this island, so this will be a decent escape route. Or, you know, if someone comes and attacks me while I'm here, that's a good escape route for that as well. Oh, I'm excited. Let's do this. Good news is pretty much no one does regular skeleton forts these days, let alone this one. So I think I'll be mostly undisturbed by other players. If anything, I'm just kind of shocked that it started at all, just because as far as I know, someone has to be in the roar in order for it to be chosen as the world event. And I had just surfaced from a dive, so it wouldn't have been me. Maybe there's someone else out here, but hopefully they are far south or just stay away from me. I don't see anyone on the horizon, so fingers crossed. Okay, I've got the Keymaster and Guardian. Alright, that means a free Ashen chest, so I'm okay with that. Alright, and there's the boss. Be nice if he just came over here, hit all these geysers. There we go. Stopped right on top of it. What an idiot. Alright, there goes the boss. I'm gonna just hide that over here real quick while I do a quick look around. Also, I parked my ship over there on a whim, but I think this might actually be the ideal spot to pick up treasure. Rag and bone crate to Steven spoils. Not much I can do with that, unfortunately. I say time to open the vault. Here we go. First ever Molten Sands Fortress on the account. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm not taking these kegs. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Not in the roar. Not today. And now we start the long process of unloading the Molten Sands vault. Oh, I forgot there's another... Oh, Resurrection 4. Oh my god, that was so close. Yeah, I guess there's another open ashen chest in here. That's good. These will be really good for my figurehead then. And I forgot to dig up the other ashen chest after I got that rag and bone crate. So let's do that while I've got this pain in the ass earthquake going on. Wow, first dig, and I've very rarely dug anything up on this island. That was a confusing map to look at. I'm too impatient to unload everything else. I want to know, did I get it? Resurrection 5! Yes! That's it! Yes! Oh, I knew coming here was a good idea. I did not think I was going to get a new ship part today, but oh, that is awesome. That is so good. I was really expecting that grind to take a long time just from how scarce ashen or openable ashen chests are. Oh man, that is beautiful. What a great bit of luck coming here. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Is there an ammo crate I can take advantage of? Yeah, here. I'm just thinking if I can just put the loot right there, I can grapple gun all of it from up top, and that'll be a much shorter walk. Let's try it. This could be the new Molten Sands meta for all I know. Alright, moment of truth. Guys, this is absolutely it. This is the new Molten Sands meta. I'm not really sure how much time it's saving me, but I'm just gonna assume it's a lot. This has been a very pleasant episode to record, I gotta tell you guys. And now we harpoon. Incredible. You never thought you'd see these strats, but here they are. I just could not be happier right now. This is seriously the greatest thing. All right, let's start with the Chest of Rage. Get this thing off my ship. Okay, quick. There we go. I'll just leave this humble gift and rag and bone crate over here just in case anybody happens to come by and feels like delivering those. But in the meantime, oh, beautiful. And let's equip that forever. Achievement for fully decorated ship. That's awesome. And while we're at it, Stevie, do you mind restoring my ship? I feel like now is kind of the moment for that. Yes. It's so perfect. Oh my god, it's so much more perfect than I thought it would be. Oh, that looks sick. Wow. Just wow. Oh, I can't believe it. Ship's complete. I mean, I'll probably make some changes to it here and there if I unlock anything that is fitting of the name. Maybe a new hull or something, but for now, that is seriously everything I hoped it would be. There we go, 30 Merchant Alliance. That means I can get the Medley Voyage, so I need to go back over there. Although I haven't even really done an hour of cargo runs. I got a little bit distracted there. Okay, what was this episode about again? Oh yeah, Merchant Alliance. Alright, let's go do some cargo runs and get that hour timer going. Okay. That's a great start.
Eventually.
Alright, and with that, my 1 hour timer is up, so that's going to be it for the cargo runs. Oh man, look at that, just in time, Master Cargo Runner. I didn't even realize I was that close. That's awesome. Yep, that was this one, so now I'm still missing 200, so I still have to deliver 100 more pieces of cargo at some point, but that's for another day. Just a quick side note on something I forgot to mention here. I did this entire hour of cargo runs by diving to each voyage since that seemed like the most efficient method, but in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd tried the old voyage cycling method to stack cargo, just to see how that compares now that it's been severely nerfed. Thankfully, like I just mentioned, I still need to turn in 99 more pieces of cargo for this commendation, so don't worry, I'll definitely be trying that out in a future episode. I'm going to hold off on crunching the cargo run numbers for now, but I will say I was pleasantly surprised because I was gaining about half a level with every cargo run, so really not bad when it comes to leveling Merchant Alliance. But since I hit level 30 along the way and unlocked the medley voyages, it's time to try out the real Devil's Roarlock shipment routes. The big advantage to these is obviously that I'll always always get the full route, so I won't ever lose any time by having to restart the voyage if I can't get the key, like I just did like 5 times in a row. But one other benefit is that since the routes can start or end in either direction, I'm gonna use that to my advantage and do a full round trip before turning in. Since my calculations are all based on having the final time point be the moment when I finish turning in treasure, that means that only having to turn in once for 2 voyages should save me a few minutes. Okay, second try, perfect. First leg of the round trip. And we've got the captain's quarters open. There's the first batch. Now let's try to get the same voyage in the opposite direction. Okay, there we go. It took a while, but finally got it. Whoa, this one's got a stronghold keg? I might take that, just cuz. I'm right next to Morrow's Peak. What could possibly go wrong? Still putting it in the crow's nest, though. That was a lot. Alright, time to sell all that now. And last but not least, the mega keg. Beautiful. Ooh, that was absolutely worth taking. Definitely some interesting numbers so far, but I've got one more route to do, so let's go set up over there. Alright, here we go. Voyage acquired. And there's the first set of seagulls. Alright, that is the last set of loot from the Sea Post round trip. It is getting pretty late though, so I'm gonna save my last set of experiments for next session. For now though, I'm ending the night at 38 Merchant Alliance. Not bad at all. I'll definitely be able to get the rest of the way to 50 in this next session. Alright, it is now day 3, and today there's one more set of tests I want to run before finishing off the grind to 50 Merchant. Last session I only did the lost shipment parts of the medley voyages, but the voyage also provides 2 cargo runs. So I think it's worth checking out how doing the entire medley voyage with cargo runs compares to just doing the lost shipment part. Alright, so I'm going to start off trying to get the Roaring Traders route, but I'm also mostly trying to see where my cargo pickup will be. There we go, and pick up at Ruby's Fall. Okay, that's kind of out of the way. And at Fetcher's Rest. Okay, that's pretty much all the way near the shipwreck. So, not ideal cargo, but if anything, this is a good test case. So another reason why I think the medley voyages might be pretty decent is that all the cargo you get is this more valuable purple cargo, whereas the high tier cargo runs give 2 purple and 2 red. Not a giant difference, but it's something. Oh, nice. Alright, this cargo gets dropped off where I have to pick up the other cargo, so that works out really well, actually. Alright, slight problem. Fetcher's Rest is currently erupting, so I'm going to take a quick detour and go to the shipwreck, since I spotted the seagulls for it a second ago. On the bright side, that means I'll hit grade 5 emissary before I turn in this first round of cargo, so that means I'm making the maximum amount of money. There are potentially scenarios where the drop-off location would be before the shipwreck, and so you wouldn't get your full emissary bonus. So just something to keep in mind if you're ever doing this method. Well, that's not great. I still need to pick up all the loot, damn it. Alright, well, really bad luck. I'm finally ready to go to Fetcher's Rest to deal with all the cargo, and it has started erupting again. I didn't even take that long at the shipwreck. And that volcano eruption cracked my rum bottles. That is tragic. Alright, well, waiting for that is definitely going to hurt this run's final time, but that's okay. That's all part of it. Always got to factor slowdowns like that into the equation here in the Roar, so also don't trust the amount of gold you're seeing in the top right there. I am doing this during Gold Rush, so I will have to factor that out after the fact. Okay, that's what I needed. So now, where do I pick up this cargo from? Brian's Bazaar, okay, that's fine. Both from Brian's Bazaar, perfect. So this is what I was kind of thinking the cargo run parts would be like, and I'm very glad that that is at least sometimes the case. I will say, you know, I've had some good luck and some bad luck so far, but I think the one thing I'm taking away is that this kind of becomes a little bit messy to deal with when you've got 3 different sets of cargo. There you go, sir. You take that. I'll take this. Great, and thank you for just randomly having that at your feet. That's nice. Wow. No ashen loot at all. Jeez. Some of these are kind of stingy, huh? Alright, that is the last of the cargo. And as you can see in the top right, Tad is still not giving me emissary bonus, so looks like he's just bugged in general and doesn't have anything to do with me diving during that first session. And the best for last. There we go. Whew, that was a ton. All right, now I'm gonna do one more, checking out the route from here at Mars Peak to Ashen Reaches down south. Okay, here we go. There's the Voyage, R.LUM.R Roaring Traders, and both R.LUM.R Roaring Traders. Perfect. All right, so that is on the way. That's what I was hoping for. Only thing I'm worried about is that I don't think there's anywhere to drop off that cargo further south than Roaring Traders. So I'm either going to have to hold on to it until I come back north, or I'm going to have to take a huge detour. Yep, both these sets of cargo are for Maro's Peak, so I'm just going to have to deliver them on the way back, which is not ideal because damn, that's a lot of plants. Okay, first shipwreck done. Now let's get out of here before this freaking cannon puts any more holes in my ship. Okay, there we go. That is the other way. And let's see, Roaring Traders and Roaring Traders again. All right. Okay, yep. Both of these sets of cargo are going to Maro's Peak, once again to different people, but that's fine. All right, that looks like the seagulls for the shipwreck, directly next to Maro's Peak. Genuinely perfect. This down here is a mess, though. This is disgusting. I don't like seeing this just because I know I'm gonna have to walk all of these to the people I need to drop them off with, and that's just gonna be painful. Okay, there we go. 3 ashen crates. That's an improvement. All right, and there's the manifest. Now let's get the hell to Maro's Peak before something goes horribly wrong. All right, that's the last of the crates. Now let's get all of the cargo. Okay, I've got it all on the elevator, and I'm gonna try to do that same trick I did last time where I just have these tight ropes planted as far as possible. That way I can just run with them on my back, and I won't have to deal with the plants obscuring my vision so much. I feel like this is working pretty well just because I have one single tightrope to go between Tad and Tallulah. All right, that is the last of it. Now it's time to do some math. Wow, now this is some interesting data. Starting off, 1 hour of nonstop high-tier cargo runs earned me 105k gold. Just note that there is a bit of startup required since I had to do a lost shipment voyage to get to grade 5 first. Meanwhile, the medley lost shipment round trips without cargo runs got me an average of 88,590 gold in an average of 43.5 minutes, so we can extrapolate that to get roughly 122k gold per hour. And yes, the seapost to seapost route was slower by about 4 minutes, even with me having to do some backtracking with the other route. Finally, when incorporating the cargo runs from the medley voyage, the Roaring Traders to Brian's Bazaar route got me 134k gold in 1 hour and 12 minutes, so about 112k gold per hour. On the other hand, the Maro's Peak to Ashen Reaches route earned me 125k gold in 56 minutes, which gives us roughly 134k gold per hour. And since the results are pretty similar, I think it's worth averaging them out together to say that you can expect a full Ashen medley voyage to earn you roughly 123k gold per hour. Super fascinating for me, and as you can see, medley voyages ended up being almost exactly the same gold per hour whether you do the cargo runs or not. And on that note, I will say trying to juggle all the cargo on top of doing the lost shipments was a huge pain in the ass, so I'm definitely just going to do the Maro's Peak to Ashen Reaches route without cargo runs to get the rest of the way to 50 merchant. Also, I do realize my sample size for each of these was obviously pretty small, so things could certainly vary. But okay, like I said, time to do some lost shipments to Ashen Reaches for these last 5.5 levels. Alright, that's the first lost shipment done. Alright, so that was actually not too bad. I found the key at the first clue site for both legs of the trip, so I'm about to finish this whole round trip in record time. Yes! I was hoping for a mega keg since I'm here next to Maro's Peak, so that is perfect. Alright, that's 1 round trip down. 4 more levels to go, so it looks like I'm getting about 2-ish levels per round trip, so I guess I will have to do 2 more round trips. I strongly advise to never do this, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We're good, there's nothing to worry about. Oh my god! I can't believe none of those hit me. I told you, there's nothing to worry about. Okay, there we go. Another full round trip sold. 47, practically 48. Okay, that's the last of it. I even got another manifest commendation to grade 5. That's awesome. Let's see where that gets me. 50, yes! Exactly 50 on the money. Look at that. One less piece of treasure and I probably wouldn't have made it. That is amazing. Alright, so for those of you that actually care about the final numbers, the first round trip took a record 28 minutes but got me a record low of 50k gold, and the second one took a modest 37 minutes and earned me 80k. If we put that together with the ones from day 2 and extrapolate, that gives us an average of about 122k per hour, so literally no change from before. Overall, a damn good way to level up Merchant Alliance, and honestly not half bad for making money if you don't mind the repetition. Well anyway, between finishing Molten Sands Fortress for the first time, finally getting my figurehead, and level 50 Merchant Alliance bringing me one step closer to becoming a pirate legend, I'd say this was some pretty damn great progress. Safe to say you'll probably see me cross my very first goal off the bucket list in the next episode, so you'd better subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.